My name is Kathy Matthews. I live in Climax, North Carolina, and I am a organ recipient.
My name is Susan Hunt. I'm from Asheboro, North Carolina, and my son was a donor. My son was 20 years old when he passed away. He passed away of an accidental fentanyl poisoning, and he wanted to be a donor since way before he could drive. That was just kind of the kid he was. He always wanted to help other people. And I remember when we went and got it put on his license, and I had forgotten about it, but he was the one that said, "Don't forget, Mom, I'm an organ donor." I said, "We got you, honey."
During my discharge process at Duke after my transplant, I filled out a brief questionnaire with just my name, age, hobbies, and a statement. And that statement was of extreme gratitude, and I promised to honor and protect this gift that I was given for the rest of my life. A couple months later, I received a response to that, and I immediately I received a letter, and I received a picture of Keaton, and I immediately shared that with my family and friends, and then my friend, I had a friend that was scoured Facebook and the internet for 2 days because she said something in the picture of Keaton looked familiar. And so she did that. She found a video of Susan's interview at her church that she had done shortly after Keaton passed away. And in that video, she read, my crazy friend saw the picture, said that something seemed familiar. So she spent the next 2 days scouring the internet and Facebook to see if she could find something, a picture or something that, would lead her to who this person was. And she found a video that she found a video that Susan had done at her church shortly after Keaton had passed away. And in that video was Susan reading my note word for word, and we just could not believe our eyes and ears that we had really thought that we had really found, the donor and his family. And so then we found Susan on Facebook, and I sent her a private message and just said, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but I think I received your son's liver and kidney. And she immediately came back and said, "Can I call you?" And so I gave her my phone number, and she called me, and we talked for about 15 minutes. And I don't really remember what we said. It was just an amazing experience, but I just don't remember exactly what we said. I know there were some thank yous. I know there was, she asked me how I was doing. Was I well? Was I healthy? And a little bit about myself. She told me a little bit about Keaton. And then we said goodbye. And I jumped up and down in the house. I couldn't believe that we had found them, and found out that they lived 20 minutes from our house. We live in the same county, and it was just amazing to find that out. And then over the next couple of months, we texted a couple of times, and then she invited me to participate in National Donor Sabbath at her church.
I just remember that I was sitting in the same chair that I was sitting in when I got the call about Keaton's overdose. So I just remember thinking, I was shocked. I about fell out of that chair because I was absolutely shocked, because it's really not supposed to work that way, and I thought, how in the world is this happening? How does she know so I just sat and stared at it a minute. Then I went up and I walked very slowly downstairs to my husband, and I said, um, "You're not going to believe this. Look at this text I just got." And I think he just said, "Wow." And I said, "What do we do? Do we call? What do we do?" And I couldn't even breathe, you know. I was like, okay, just calm down. Everybody just calm down. It was just us two. I was like, just chill out. What are we going to do? So I remember I called her, and I think I started crying, and I asked her how she was doing. And she did tell me a little bit about herself, but she wanted to know about Keaton. And I think I even asked her if she was drinking a lot of water and all this, you know, like, "Mom, are you drinking a lot of water? You make sure you're taking care of yourself," or whatever, because Keaton didn't drink soda and stuff. All he drank was water and milk. So that should be a really good kidney, because he really took care of his, you know, of his body. So, and he, you know, ran and different things. So anyway, we talked about that for a few minutes. And then I think we just decided, you know, we were trying to figure out how we could go from there and what we could say. But I was absolutely overjoyed. I was crying, I think, the whole time. And then when I hung up, I still couldn't quit crying. I was just so happy that whoever had gotten these organs, you know, was well.